4 days. Uh, a lot of work probably for you guys. I don't know how much you volunteer or how much you will practice. I myself will be there every morning and the first day on the evening, teaching 1.5 hour maybe, if I'm correct, 1.5 hour Neigong every morning to get everybody warmed up. But also I will try to make an arc to this whole 4 days so people can bring something home. For example, therapists maybe will be able to nourish themselves, but 1.5 hour each day is not so much unless everybody comes to each morning, and then they can experience the different exercises that we will do, as we will do different exercises each day. And it's a pretty good choice that actually you try to squeeze the full Monday there for the Neigong, because it's a good opportunity. I can stay also there and maybe teach a little bit of foundations. Foundations of Neigong will be something that will make you able to understand how to start, what are the basics, because there are certain things that we cannot go around. Some of them are sometimes tiring. For example, practicing our basic standing posture. So the basic standing posture is one of the most important things, because everything roots from this standing posture. Like all Qigong starts from the standing posture, and all energetics starts and ends with the basic posture. This is pretty difficult for people to understand, and more difficult to practice it enough so it's effective enough to awaken certain processes in the body and the energetics and certain changes. I can't emphasize it enough. Don't want to scare anybody away in the beginning, but also at the same time I would like to be honest. Because if I'm honest, then you still can decide if you want it or not. The difference between the usual Qigong systems that is widespread, that it is not demanding as much. Since it's not demanding as much, people have much more freedom, they have much more relaxation, they have much more leisure practicing these exercises. But the true sinew changing, principled Qigong exercises are strenuous and tiring in the beginning. I know it doesn't sound righteous and it doesn't sound fair, but actually beginners have to have the most effort, and by the time it becomes a little bit easier than in the beginning. Anyways, that will be our topic of day one. What the physical body, what demands the physical body must meet. What is the true understanding of the internal arts of how a practitioner should practice. So we will lay down these bricks, which will provide you a very solid, strong start. Of course, the foundations are not easy to understand, because foundation doesn't mean easy. Foundation means the foundations of everything. It almost means, like an example, if you want to do a competition and you don't find the start line, you are not able to participate in the competition. It's the same thing with the foundations of Neigong. If we are not finding the foundations of Neigong, it is almost impossible to start effective Neigong, hence effective Qigong. By the way, Qigong means certain things that is almost in the future for us. It's like skill or quality or something that we will own after a certain amount of effort. So see, that's the trap. If we do not put a certain amount of effort into our practice, then we will not be able to find the fruits or the results, or maybe we won't be able to find the competition itself. So back to the topics. Secondarily, we will talk about the dantian, the lower dantian, which is obviously mentioned everywhere. Refer to the hara or refer to the tanden, but from China and Japan. I think that the lower dantian is like one of the most centered question. Like, how can we work with the dantian? What is the dantian? What is the function of the dantian? What is the relationship the dantian has to the energetic system or the energetic body? You see, first we will have to find actually the correct posture, the standing posture that everything starts with. And then if we have it, we will have the chance to be able to find the dantian. Of course, there are seated versions of a practice of finding the dantian and building the dantian, but in the beginning, the body must be transformed. Parallel, of course, we will be able to practice seated versions of certain Qigong exercises and certain dantian Gong exercises. But back to it again, lower dantian, the most important thing in the beginning. Without it, there is no Qigong. Without it, there is no Qi that we can build. And there's no meaning in Qigong without the lower dantian. So it has the utmost importance. So we will work with the basics, what we can cover in one day, try to find it, and also in the breaks we will have theory about these topics I mentioned already. Like, what is the physical necessity, fitness-wise, strength-wise, flexibility-wise, how to meet the needs to find the standing posture, and how to find the lower dantian and how to work with it. And if we are lucky, maybe we can try a Qigong exercise. But please don't get too excited, because one day is very, very short, and I will have to be really demanding to press as much knowledge I can into that one day. But hopefully, at the end, it will be enough for you to practice, maybe with some help and online help with some exercises I can point out to you. You will be able to incorporate. And until the next meeting, maybe it will be a separate meeting with you guys, or you can join our courses. You will be able to just join and start practicing with us on your own level. So usually the group looks like there might be some advanced practitioners, there might be some complete beginners, and everybody in between, and still everyone will find what they are looking for, because the nature of the practice is it's pretty linear, so you can't go beyond your level. It doesn't matter if somebody shows you an advanced exercise. If you lack the foundations or you lack the basics, you can't tap on that advanced exercise, because form is just form, and qualities are a different question. And thirdly, one of the most interesting topics is the Qi itself. What does it mean? What kind of Qi we are talking about? Why is it important for a therapist to build an own practice that will develop their physical body, their energetic body, finding the lower dantian, developing the lower dantian, finding the Qi, developing the Qi, both quantitative and qualitative nature of it, and all together understanding what is Neigong. And Neigong actually is the process that you are going through. Yeah, so understand this again. Qigong is the tool, and Neigong has certain exercises like Qigong exercises or Daoyin exercises, seated exercises, breath exercises, mental exercises, all sorts of tools to help you and navigate through this internal process, which is a process of change, a process of transformation. Yeah. Once we can go through this process of transformation, we will realize certain results, and we will realize certain stages, and they will stabilize, and then we will be able to move forward and develop forward. But one and the most important aspect and stage is to find the lower dantian and work with the lower dantian. So maybe the next video can be about all these interesting topics with a little bit more detail, or just map out what is in front of us and what are the possibilities of practice. Thank you very much for listening, and great hope that you will enjoy that one day and just progress and just help you understand the nature of energetics and the nature of how the mind and the body can be fused more together, how the mind can be changed through the body and how the body can be changed through the mind, and actually the whole thing is interfused with chi, the chi itself, which is not a mystical thing. It is actually pretty tangible. Thank you very much.